Well, for more, Ronan de Renesse joins us from Cardiff in the UK. He's an analyst at Ovum Limited, a consultancy firm based in London. Thanks so much for speaking to us. I mean, help us understand first, if you can, this national emergency Trump has declared. Is it necessary? Is there that serious of a threat against U.S. interests?
That's a good question. I think, Huawei doesn't really do a lot of business in the US right now, and they've been very successful globally, without the US. So I don't think necessarily that that the ban is going to have a big impact on Huawei's operation in the US, which are almost non-existent. But I think what Trump is trying to do here is to affect the negotiation around the trade negotiations, specifically between China and the US, ahead of the G20 summit in June. So it's more about negotiating for a deal, which Trump, as a former businessman, is particularly good at.
Okay, so influencing trade negotiations going forward. I mean, what's the end game here? Does this end well, in your opinion? Could you paint any possible scenario for how this gets resolved and how there's any sort of win-win for China and the U.S.?
Yes, I think so. Really, the end game for the U.S. for Trump is to increase the sales of U.S. products in China. So China currently, so the U.S. buys 5 times more products from China than China does from the U.S. And Trump wants to change that and sell more U.S. products in China. So I think overall, the current ban against Huawei, especially looking at Huawei negotiating and buying products from US companies, would particularly affect in an opposite way. The result would be quite negative, and US companies like Qualcomm and Intel would be losing money from that ban if it wasn't able to work with them, to have commercial link with them. So I think, if you consider the end game for both countries, in the end, they want to do more business together.
Okay. Ronan de Renesse, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much for that from Cardiff.